Elite Facts presents
Optical illusions that will blow your mind. Number 2.
15.
Let's start off with something simple yet amusing. Here's a picture that was taken at the perfect time and at just the right angle. As you can see, this kid is ready to enjoy a nice ice cream cone. Unfortunately, it's air flavored. That's just a cloud in the background.
14.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary about this picture taken at the base of the Eiffel Tower? Anything at all, aside from the fact that it's dark and gloomy. The illusion here is obvious and subtle at the same time, which is no easy feat. Thanks to a slight bit of photo manipulation and the way this photo is framed, if you focus on the center of the image, you can see it forms the face of a person. What with the structure and reflection of the Eiffel Tower forming the head, the trees in the back forming the eyes of the face, and the reflection of the person in the center helping to form the person's nose. Unfortunately, the only thing that ruins this is the random lines used to form the face's mouth. But other than that, it's still pretty cool.
13.
Here's a bit of a mind bender for you. How many whole dogs are there in this image? If your answer is, I haven't got a damn clue, then your answer is correct because we're right there with you. In all seriousness though, there actually isn't one full dog in this image. Regardless of the answer, it's sure to mess with anyone's mind.
12.
Bit of an obvious one here for you, but it's still a pretty cool image. So if you don't see it right away, look directly to the center of the image and you'll see that all the tree branches, leaves, and berries form the face of a woman. Very simple, but really cool to look at.
11.
Here's a bit of a teaser for you. Which person in this image is the largest of the three? We'll give you a second to think of your answer. Okay, so we're betting most of you say it's the third one back, right? Well, not really. All three people in this image are actually the exact same height. The reason the back person looks the tallest is because of the hallway having a vanishing point. The further back the person is from the rest of the group, the larger he will look.
10.
These types of optical illusions are without a doubt our favorites. In this one, you can see a woman sitting under a bridge reading a book while an old man stands beside her. In the background, you can see some lovely scenery with trees and a small cottage out in the countryside. But what if we told you there was more to this image than what meets the eye? If you look closely, you can see that the image also makes up the face of an old man with a beard. Really creative, right? You can see that the house in the background makes up the man's eye, the woman's head makes up his nose, her dress makes up his beard, and finally, the bridge makes the outline of the old man's head.
9.
Here's a fun bit of manipulative photography for you. Looks like quite a drop, doesn't it? We have no idea how these two guys at the top of the image look so relaxed. Well, if the tree on its side wasn't a dead giveaway, you can probably tell that this image was taken from a sideways angle that makes it look as though the people in the image are sitting on and hanging off of the side of a large building, when really they're all lying on the ground in certain poses to make it look as if they're really high up on the side of a building. It's pretty creative though.
8.
Oh my God, look at that beard! That is nothing short of magnificent! How does he keep it so straight and luxurious looking? Well, it's simple. He doesn't have a beard that long, so he doesn't need to keep it that straight or luxurious. This is yet another photo taken for the sole purpose of creating an illusion. If you look closely, you can see that the luxurious locks actually belong to a woman who has her back towards the camera and is tall enough to reach the man's nose, thus creating the illusion that he has a beard that could easily rival Dumbledore's.
7.
Next up, we have another photo that was taken at just the right moment and at the perfect perspective, so that it looks like the person sitting down is holding a plane. Like seriously, we don't have any sarcastic comments or humorous quips for this. This is just all in all impressive. They somehow not only predicted where the plane would fly over his head, but they also chose just the right time to snap the photo. All the planning and luck that had to go into getting this shot is impressive.
6.
Now this one is a classic. Try looking for the black dot. It should just be located in one of the white spaces in the image. Because of the colors used in this piece, when you try focusing on one dot in particular, your eyes start playing tricks on you and you start to see black dots radically popping up all over the image. It's really weird.
5.
When looking for interesting optical illusions, you wouldn't believe how many images of skulls you come across. Now, at first glance, you see the obvious big skull, but when you look closer, you can see that it's made up of multiple different objects, like a large tree trunk that makes up the skull's cheekbone, a tidal wave that curves up to make its left eye, and multiple smaller skulls to simulate its teeth. Not gonna lie, this would make a pretty great tattoo, don't you think?
4,
Next up, we have a nice looking painting of a person sitting in a field by a tree with a few little lambs. Pretty nice painting, right? Well, there's a lot more to this painting than what first meets your eye. This one is a bit of an easy one, but we'll give you a few seconds to take a look at it and see if you can spot what the illusion here is. If you take a step back and focus, you can see that a lot of the things in this image make up the face of a man with a mustache. The person's shirt is the mustache itself, the person's head and the tree log make up his nose, and the houses in the back make up the man's eyes and eyebrows. We just love these sorts of illusions.
3,
Here we have one of those smart optical illusions where someone takes an item and holds it up in front of the camera to create the illusion that it's either supposed to be there or to create a sort of humorous image. In this particular shot, someone is holding up the outline of a bottle and has it positioned so that it's around a stationary ship. It's simple but very creative. This technically isn't the smartest of optical illusions, but it's still somewhat satisfying to look at.
2,
Next up, we have this image of two young kids. Notice anything strange about this image? We'll give you a few seconds to try and find it. Did you see it? It's a fairly easy one to spot, but if you turn your focus away from the kids and just focus on the light space, you'll see that it's in the shape of a sweet little bunny rabbit.
1,
For our last image, we have this fantastic piece of perspective artwork on the floor. We seriously have nothing to say other than the fact that this is incredible. Both the quality of the artwork painted on the ground and the fact that the perspective of the image is essentially flawless. Besides its obviously painted look, it honestly looks like the floor under their feet has collapsed. This is awesome to say the very least. And that's our list. Did we leave any out that you know about? Let us know in the comments below, and please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.